Hey, good morning to the moms out there. Today's Coffee Club online forum is for you. How is it like for you during the lockdowns brought about by the COVID 19 pandemic? What was your biggest challenge then? Let us know in the comments section. Now that we are in the so called next normal, how are you moms coping? Before we start Business Mirror's Coffee Club session, here's our giveaway diva, Bim Mauricio, who will give you an idea of what to expect this morning.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining. We are going to make sure that this morning will be a productive and rewarding one for all of us. Now, we have lined up special giveaways for you this morning, and up for grabs are one is overnight stay at Eurotel, an overnight stay at Apple View Hotel in Davao, and 2,000 pesos worth of dining gift checks from Savoy Hotel Manila. Also, unlimited dim sum for lunch or dinner. That's for two at Shintian B restaurant at the Crown Plaza Hotel. Also, we are giving away 2,000 pesos worth of gift certificates from Winford Manila Resort and Casino. Of course, we will also be giving away Miss Derm. It's a giveaway for a microblading or a lash doll or a brow laminate package. So, guys, do you want to get any of these giveaways? Can I see your answers? Okay, if you like it, please simply type hashtag BM Motherhood in the comments and you will get the chance to get one of these giveaways. And we would like again to thank our sponsors, Miss Derm, that's Miss Derm Beauty Lounge, Savoy Hotel Manila, Holiday Inn Galleria, Crown Plaza Hotel, Eurotel, and Apple View Hotel. Again, our hashtag this morning is hashtag BM Motherhood. Back to you, Miss Anne.
Thank you, Bim, for that preview of what to expect this morning. Today, we have three very special and, may I say, very beautiful guests. I am your host, Anne Ruth de la Cruz, Special Projects Editor of Business Mirror, and you are watching Business Mirror's Coffee Club. For those who are new to our online show, the Mrs. Mirror Coffee Club delivers to you newsmakers and game changers to help Filipinos excel in their business, finance, work, and lifestyle. This morning, let's talk about moms. The title for our episode today is Motherhood in the Next Normal. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Business Mirror Official, click the bell button, and like this video. We also have a Facebook page, Business Mirror. Click the like button and then click those three dots, then click the follow settings. Without further ado, let me introduce our guest for this morning. Our first guest is a familiar face on television. She is the go to resource person when it comes to dealing with mental health issues. You would have probably seen her in It Bulaga, Magandang Buhay, KMJS, among others. Here is Dr. Bernadette Manalo Arsenas, a psychiatrist affiliated with St. Luke's Medical Center and the Medical City Clark. Good morning, Doctora.
Hi, magandang umaga sa inyong lahat.
Okay, thank you. Our second guest is a marketing communications professional, having worked in agencies and in different institutions. She is currently the Group Director of Digital Marketing for Megaworld Hotels and Resorts. Here is Miss Samantha Catabas Manuel. Good morning, Miss Sam.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hey. Our third guest has 16 years of international work experience in both private and public sectors across media and advertising. She also owns Miss Derm here in the Philippines. Here is Miss Marzen Hidalgo Salazar, Head of Operations and Development of the Ministry of Information, Oman English Radio. Good morning, Miss
Good
Marzen.
morning. Good morning, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Let's start with Dr. Manalo. Dr. Babes, the COVID 19 pandemic was very challenging to everyone's mental health. What sort of mental health challenges did mothers have to face during this period?
Actually, there are a lot, and
Mhm.
one is that they became teachers. for their children. That's one. Second, para naging overall, how do you call this? Instructor, chef, what
Uh-huh.
else? Entertainer, for that matter, because you have to make those children on the go. So, as a mother, and at the same time, if you're working, then that's really double work that you have to do. Plus the
Mhm.
fact, of course, that you also have to take care of your mental health.
Mhm.
So it's really a big, big challenge for the moms. But as moms, we accept the challenge.
Correct. Correct, Doctor. How about your, you are also a mother. What sort of challenges did you experience then?
Since I am going to the COVID ward and doing my rounds, it's tough because there's the paranoia that I might, contaminate my children whenever I go home. So super duper, clean when you go inside the house. And I
Mm-hmm.
have to practice safety protocols when I'm in the house. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I wanted to share with you guys is that uh, we are very blessed if you are alive right now.
Mm-hmm.
I see how patients suffer. It's so hard to be in a tube,
Mm-hmm.
so hard to be on, when you are, in that tube and you couldn't breathe. That's something that I always tell myself that I would pray for these patients of mine.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, when you go home, you become a mom. So may switch ng,
Mm-hmm.
di ba, roles. So I have to be softer. I have to be more relaxed.
Yeah.
I have to take care first of my, I have to condition myself. Hey, you're not in the hospital anymore. You're in the house. But at times, I must admit,
Mm-hmm.
I have this kind of paranoia na baka mahawaan ko yung mga anak ko.
Mm-hmm.
Very good challenge, and but prayers and all those you know blessings from above, at least kay papano I was not able to have the COVID, even though I do my work in the COVID ward.
Okay. How about you, Miss Sam? It was also very challenging because the hotel industry was really down during that time, no? So how was it for you?
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of uncertainties, both, in my professional and personal life. Although we're blessed, at least in the hotels, that we're not exactly closed totally at that time because we started to shift at least to essential and quarantine purposes. But as a mom, I'm used to wearing a lot of hats.
Mm-hmm.
But there are days when you just have to wear two hats at a time or one hat on a certain day. But during the shift to working from home,
Yeah.
at the start of the pandemic, suddenly I find myself in one day wearing so many hats. Like what Dr. Bernadette said, it's really challenge to multitask.
Mm-hmm.
Like from in the morning you wear a certain hat and then change it in the afternoon, then the evening, and then time and routine was really challenged. So it was just that a start for us during that onset of the pandemic, when we had a lot of adjustments and transitions. But later on, as you said, also, no matter what challenges, we will really step up to
Mm-hmm.
it. As a mom, there's really that commitment to do whatever it takes just to make sure that life will go on no matter what the challenges are.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Miss Marzen, you're based there in Oman. How was it like
Yes.
there?
Same, I think in the Philippines, it was challenging. We had a lockdown. The lockdown started the same time as the Philippines, and it was challenging for me as a working mom because I don't know how to deliver 100% to my job because we still have to do our job because I was in a media production. But at the same time, you know that you have to be with your kids. I have to be with my daughter because they're staying at home, they're studying at home. You're just going back and forth. The routine change, and it was like a big change for me. I was doing the same routine, I would say, let's say for 8 years, and then suddenly it changed. During the pandemic, it's also a realization for a lot of us that is this really what we want to do? Or one day I woke up, oh, I really want to be with my kids now, especially they need us. And I
Mhm.
cannot deliver to my work. I knew that I cannot give my 100% to my work anymore. That's also when I decided, oh, I have to shift. But at the same time,
Mhm.
I use this as a moment to connect more to my kids. I think we bonded more, and I think we became closer during the pandemic.
Mm. You were telling us kanina before we started that you had plans of coming back here in the Philippines, right? Before it happened. So,
Yes.
do you still have that plan? Still, is
Yes,
that
I
still a
still do
goal?
have plans.
Mhm.
I'm happy with my position and my job and the friends that I have here. But of course, sa Pilipinas is iba. Especially, I have my baby in the Philippines, which is Miss Derm. I was in the process of transitioning to go back to the Philippines before mag-lockdown, before yung pandemic, and
Mhm.
then when it was announced, I thought, okay, I'm gonna wait. We're gonna wait, and we decided at the end it's not practical or it's not safe to
Mhm.
make big decisions at that time.
Oh,
So yeah, we're still here in Oman.
how is it like running your business from Oman and your business is here in the Philippines?
Um, it it's challenging, but at the same time, as I've mentioned a while ago, I have competent people. I trust my colleagues back in the Philippines. I
Mhm.
trust all of them. They're really good with what they do.
Mhm.
That's and I'm happy.
Oh, that's good, Miss Marzen. Doctora Babes, I remember I had a guest doctor a few months ago. She's a sleep specialist, and she said that she had to deal with a lot of patients who had sleep problems. Did you have a similar experience with patients coming to you with their mental health issues during the pandemic?
Actually, and it's not only sleep.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of young children experiencing problems with anxiety.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And also the mothers, tayo mga ilaw ng tahanan, we
Mm-hmm.
also have this form of feelings of helplessness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in this pandemic brought us a lot of parang we are in the journey of having grief, no?
Mm-hmm.
So there is the step one wherein we have this denial, tapos meron tayong disbelief. Oh my God, this is happening ba? Something like that. Tapos there's anger. And then later on, parang we are in the process of bargaining. Okay lang, basta walang mangyaring masama, no? And then we have this
Yes.
kind of feelings na at times we go into depression because of this.
Mm-hmm.
But then, when things are settled, then the last stage of grief is acceptance. So I think no, all of us here, we are already in the process of accepting things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's
But
the only
and
thing we have to do.
I'd
Yes.
like to emphasize, and
Uh-uh.
if you're stuck up with denial, if you're stuck up with disbelief, and if you're stuck up with anger, that's
Mm-mm.
where the problem lies.
Mm. Okay. How do we
Yes.
overcome that, Doctora?
Well, there are a lot of factors that we can do.
Mm-mm.
Okay. We should never be alone with our problems. No,
Okay.
share it with your partner, with your children. You can
Mm-hmm.
actually tell them, anak, let's help each other.
Mm-mm.
Mama could not do it alone. You do fix your bed, or ako,
Mm-mm.
I'll cook. So learn responsibilities with the children can make them more adjusted to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Be a partner,
Okay.
not you lang na gumagawa ng lahat ng work. Kasi, we have the tendency to be superwoman.
Mhm. True.
Right?
That's
Sabi,
true.
kaya ko yan. But remember, nawawala din ang bato ni Darna. So, di ba, admit it or not, ganun din ako.
Mm.
That's why I can relate to the beautiful mommies here,
Mm.
because I know it's so difficult to be a mom and at the same time, tama ka. Di ba minsan, Sam, you have a fashionable hat, maya-maya you have the chef hat, and mamaya you have the carpenter's hat.
Mm.
Diba? Ganun lang yan. So, it's so hard. It's like you're an artista when you have different roles that you have to play. Sige lang, laban lang.
Correct. Tama ka, Doktora. Tama ba, Miss Sam? Can you tell us, ano, how was it like for you?
Yes, yeah, we're normally used naman talaga to fulfilling a lot of roles, no? But again, iba talaga yung situation that the pandemic brought us. Especially in my case, I have two kids and they have a very big gap. 7 years ng gap nila. My eldest is 13 and my youngest is 6 years old. So imagine at the start of the pandemic, both of them are going through different things. Eh. My eldest is going through a phase of preteen, and
Mm.
then I have a young one, a preschooler naman that you have to adjust. So there are different needs you also have to balance on top of what I am doing as a working mom.
Mm.
I'm adjusting to my own personal schedule. Siguro my blessing lang in when it comes to my field in marketing, I can work anywhere.
Mm.
Marketing naman, 'di ba? You can do remote, especially I'm handling digital marketing. So wherever you put me, I can work.
Uh-huh.
Pero adding on to that role, especially balancing motherhood and two different scenario, two different cases that you're handling with your the stages of your kids. Talaga it's gonna be tough. And I think one critical thing that I learned, or at least I was able to manage, is really having that open communication with them. I make them understand what
Mm.
mommy is doing, and
Mm.
and I'm happy to have been able to expose them also to the kind of work that I am doing, because they're normally used to me going out in the
Yeah.
office and they don't know anymore what is mommy doing there. But the pandemic somehow showed them that this is the kind of work the mommy is doing. So now you know why I'm busy, why I sometimes cannot call you, why I sometimes cannot respond back agad-agad, why I sometimes have to stay up or stay late at
Mm-hmm.
work. So at least they it's like sort of like an eye opener also to them. And
Mm-hmm.
from my end, I also saw how they are at home.
Yeah.
Like, I was able to relate also with my teenage son na, ito pala yung trip nila pag ganitong hapon, ito yung ginagawa niya. Then
Mm.
my little daughter, so I get to see how she works, sorry, how she plays and how she entertains herself. So it's both basically an eye opener
Mm-hmm.
for me as a mom, and of course my kids also seeing me as a working mom.
Mm, okay. Did you also attend online po ba yung class ni ano? Your nursing
Yes.
student? Okay. How was it like for you?
Okay, so again, another hat, sabi nga ni Dr. Bernadette, being a teacher. Well, of course, my teenage son, okay lang because he can
Yeah.
manage, yeah,
Ah,
with less supervision. But um, my preschooler, unfortunately, she did not get prior school exposure prior to
uh,
the pandemic, because in 2020, that was supposed to be the first year na she was to go to an actual school.
face to face.
So, oo, tas biglang, suddenly it's online. So, ang laki ng
Adjustment.
everything, yeah, everything is really new to
Mm.
her. So I have to have extra time, extra patience to really i-pace ko siya in a transition. And sadly, wala nga siyang social exposure of a school setup. So that's one of the things that I'm trying to manage for her also, for her to be able to realize that that's not the real school yet,
Mm.
that this is only one part of learning, and learning will be kumbaga socialization is also part of your development. So yun yung doon ako medyo na-challenge up until now, but at least she has somehow adjusted naman, adjusted slowly. It was a challenge lang during the first year.
Okay. Miss Marzen, how was it a typical day with you there during the pandemic with your kids?
So during the pandemic, they're staying home. I will be when we started going back to work again because I need to
Yes.
be on site.
Mm.
I'll go to the side of my work, and then I have to go back and cook, prepare, and
Yeah.
then go out again and then come back. I was in and out. I agree with Miss Samantha and Doctora. Like you keep on changing your hat. Like I was the driver all the time. It was challenging for me because I keep on. I agree with Doctora that you tend to be a super mom. You want to be a super mom. You I think I was bothering my kids. What do you want? Shall we do this? Let's do this. You worry so much um that you keep on, like, you will do things that um you you will realize later na no, my kids will understand. We don't have to do this. It's just a matter of communication with them. um it was a big change, but I think when you communicate with your kids, with your communicate with your family, it's really important. Tapos kaya nating i-fix everything. So, and we're going back to the normal now, thankfully. Yung mga kids, I'm so happy that they can go out now. Yung social skills, maybe mapapractice na ulit. And even with us, we can go out as like pre-pandemic, although it's a new normal. Um, yeah.
Okay. Doctora, what sort of lessons did you learn during this pandemic?
I learned how to relax, and I learned to be a plantita. Would you believe that? I
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
any plant before namamatay sa akin, but right now, oh my God, I feel, I feel so happy when I see a bud
Mm-hmm.
growing. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, sabi ko sa sarili ko, I have changed.
Uh-huh.
Then before I have no time to talk with my children. Right now, they would actually insist on, Ma, let's talk. And then would you believe I also play the games that they play?
Ah, talaga.
But I always lose the game though. But I love losing the game, you know why?
Uh-huh.
Because I will no longer play the game. But at times when it comes to card games, I nananalo naman ako, but I know they let me win. So, there's I discovered like what Marzen had said and about Sam na, this is a big challenge for the mothers. But you remember, this is the only time that
Mm.
you will see how your kids are 24 hours of the
True.
day or 24/7. So, ako palagi ko na nang sinasabi, okay, let's be accepting right now
Mm.
because time will come that there will be traffic in EDSA again. And right now it's happening.
Yes.
Time will come that we will no longer see our children again because they will be with their barkada, or our
Mm-hmm.
young will always be in their computer, 'di ba?
Mm.
'Di ba? A beam talaga appear tayo. But I don't know the names of my plants, but I love them. And it's also the first time that I have my orchids have flowers. Oh my
Mm.
God. Alam mo, Ann, kailangan magplantita ka rin. It gives you a little, it's very therapeutic for me. I
Mm-hmm.
am, I also play the piano, but, I try to redo some of the music that I have. That's also one thing that I learned. I learn what learnings. I learn a lot. But one thing I learned to be a cool mom. That's one. Second,
Okay.
I learned to wear hats on different angles and stay smiling.
Mm-hmm.
And third, I learned also that I have to take care of myself. Those are the three lessons.
Okay. How about you, Miss Sam? What lessons did you learn during this pandemic? Please share them with us.
Yes, actually, to be appreciative of the blessings. Talagang family is really a blessing at the end of the day. Of course, work is also a blessing. That's why yun nga, there's a challenge to live the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but of course, at the end of the day, um, I'm also very thankful. that I have my husband. We've been married for 18 years, and doon ko rin nakita and appreciate yung teamwork. Because
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I couldn't do everything. Sometimes that's the feeling of moms that you have to do everything, that it has to be me to do this, me to do that, like that. But yun nga, ang sabi ko, but given that my husband was also doing work from home during
Mm-hmm.
those times. So at least we're able to set a routine naman na maging teamwork kami. And
Uh-huh.
I also have parang a different sense of bond with my kids at this time. Yung we had that. I've always been a hands-on mom, but it's different this time. Yung alam mong meron kayo na develop na bond during this unusual situation that
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
na nilagay kayo. We find ways to really just enjoy ourselves at home. We find ways to celebrate milestones. We find ways to really keep our sanity together as a family. And
Mm-hmm.
yun, yung doing things and discovering things together, I think that's the best lesson talaga that I was able to take with me as we move to the next normal. And that experience, definitely, I'll forever cherish that no matter what challenges. But it's always about looking at the positive things.
Yes, yes, that's
Yeah.
true. Okay. How about you, Miss Marzen? What sort of lessons did you learn during this challenging time?
Um, I think the same with everyone. First is I learned to be grateful because I realized there's a lot of people that have less. And I felt that I learned that gratitude can make me contented. And we're all looking for peace of mind. And then I realized this is what will give me peace of mind if I am contented. But the good thing is when I started feeling contented for what really I have, I continue having more, or I see that every time there's an addition, I see it. It's a big thing. I also learned, but yeah, the biggest learning for me, learned that the strongest person you know can be weak, and that is not a bad thing. I see people from my family, my circle of friends, and especially celebrities. For example, during the pandemic, you will
Mm-hmm.
see how fragile the people that you admire can be,
Mm-hmm.
and when you see them telling us or showing us that they're also going through a lot, you will realize, oh, they're also human beings, and it's also okay for you to feel what you feel right now. You're scared. Are you doing good as a mom or with your career? So when during the pandemic I saw people become, or especially the famous one, become a human being, and since then, it was easy for me to tell people how I feel. At least the people that are closer to me, I don't feel bad or embarrassed, or I don't feel bad about myself na sasabihin ko sa kanila kung ano yung nararamdaman ko. If I feel like I'm sad today, it's okay. Everyone can be sad. So I think during the pandemic, it became easier for us to share our feelings.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's true. That's correct, Miss Marcet. Doctora Babes, well, diba you were saying earlier that we are now in the process of accepting our situation right now, pero accepting with much uncertainty. So how do we balance that? Diba
Well,
there's still a lot of uncertainty ngayon now that we are
yes,
moving towards the next normal.
we have to remember that COVID is still around.
Mm-hmm.
Though we don't have any or not much COVID patients in the wards,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still there. Yeah, there's still uncertainty, but I think we have been adjusting already much better.
Mm-hmm.
The variants are not that deadly as compared to before on the first 6 months
Yeah.
of, or I think on the first year, no, 2020, grabe
Yes.
talaga.
Yeah.
But right now, since we have the vaccines and everything, I think we are more prepared. Now,
Mm-hmm.
how to deal with the uncertainties right now? I
Yeah.
like what they said, no? Yung mga kasamaan ko dito, mga gandang mga nanay. The one, it's okay not to be okay. Okay. Second, that if you think that you need help, then do so.
Mm.
You don't need to ponder on it. You need to say, oh, I'm a bad mom
Yeah.
because I was not able to do the things that I have to do. No. Okay. Remember, we have our perks, we have our downs, and we have our
Mm-hmm.
joy.
Okay.
Always remember that ang dapat ang mananaig is what? That we tried our best to be moms. But
Mm-hmm.
also we tried to our best also to be humans.
Okay.
Now I learn to cherish the simplicity in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell myself, yeah, tama, we should be grateful. We should stay blessed with all the things that are happening to us.
Mm-hmm.
And number three, that you and your family are okay. Those are the ultimate blessings that we have.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Dr. Babes. Miss Sam, are you already reporting back to the office? How is it like now?
Yes, actually, I'm back at
Uh-huh.
work. Even actually during the pandemic, there are occasional like 2 days in a week or 3 days in a week that because we're a
Yeah.
hospitality industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there were rotational schedules already when it
Yeah.
comes to going back to work. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm back, and again, it's a shift, no? It's a transition again for my family. Siguro
Mm-hmm.
the biggest challenge lang in terms of adjustment when I went back to work is really my youngest, my daughter, my kasi nga as I mentioned, since 2 years, her world revolved around me, the
Yeah.
family. So every time I would go back to work, nandun yung ano niya, separation anxiety and being clingy.
Mm-hmm.
Because for 2 years nga, we've been together practically more than, let's say, more than half of the week. Eh. So
Mm-hmm.
she would count the days every time I would leave the house and then count the days of when I would be staying at home.
Uh-huh.
But the good thing is, at least we're starting to get back to normal and she's starting to reconnect with her friends naman din in the neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
So she's starting to get exposed also again to going out with friends dyan lang sa may neighbors namin, or she
Mm-hmm.
gets to play again with other kids and she starts to see her cousins again, no, reconnecting. So it's starting to allow her also to adjust to that transition
Mm-hmm.
and expanding her world again beyond na umikot yung mundo niya sa akin. So now she's starting to open up again to other circles.
Yeah.
Okay. Audience, baka meron kayong mga questions. Please feel free to enter it here in the comments. Miss Marzen, how is it for you now there? Are you back to work as in full-time na in the office?
Yes. So although we're flexible naman since the pandemic, they put up rules that you don't have to be at work. It's more on, of course, delivery and
Mm-hmm.
fluid yung timings. So I can adjust like as long as you deliver and may mga hours that you have to reach every week. It's all back to normal. Luckily, the kids, they were back sa school then, face to face since last year pa.
Oh,
So
okay.
so as I've said a while ago that we're going back to normal. The restrictions are also gone
Mm-hmm.
for the COVID restrictions. But yeah, the way we live now is we don't forget what happened. We don't forget the pandemic. We still live with it. Yeah, a bit challenging, but yeah, we're adjusting.
Okay. Um, okay. How is it like there in Oman when the pandemic was at its height?
At one point, we even became the most number of COVID cases per capita because this
Mm-hmm.
is a small country, but because yung kultura of ng country kasi you're really tight sa family. You really
Mm-hmm.
see your family every weekend. So it was really hard, I think. So it was really hard for us to realize na ganito yung amount nung may COVID
Uh-huh.
compare dun sa number of population. It was scary, especially you live in a country na ang daming uncertainties because you don't know
Yeah.
what will happen to me if I get sick, what will happen to me if ma-hospital ako, what will
Mm.
like how will I see my family again back home.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, we're all okay.
That's good, Miss Marcen. Doctora Babes, can you share with us some tips on how we can manage our stress during these times?
That's I like to do. Um, how do we manage stress? First and foremost, you have to affirm it that things are not normal.
Mm.
So that you won't always justify yourself na, alam mo, kasi parents have this kind of guilt, especially moms, that we might not be able to handle our roles as mothers.
Yeah.
But I will tell the mommies to just relax, no? Live day by day, count your blessings.
Mm.
And if you're tired, go ahead. You have to rest.
Mm.
As I've said, get that suit of superwoman out first and be just a simple mom when in the house, no? You don't need to overdo everything. You just have to do it day by day. Always remember that have your own mini time or me time, no? For mommies, no? Always remember we don't have sweldos. We don't have salaries. We don't have, okay, may 13-month pay ba tayo na, no? Meron ba tayong, perks? Yeah, we have a lot of perks. And always remember that if your family is with you or your partner is with you, those are already blessings, no? If you think you're tired, go ahead. Take a rest. You tell your family, time out si mommy.
Mm.
All right? So that your children will also be responsible for the time that you're resting and they will respect that.
Mm.
Okay? And always be happy with the little happiness that you have every day. Every single day is a blessing. Even our breathing is already a blessing. Also, if you like, we can do relaxation techniques, no? I would suggest we have a 3-minute breathing,
Mm.
wherein you can get it at the app or YouTube.
Mm.
We call it a 3-minute breathing space. Right now, I am in a process of finishing, no, or about to end our mindfulness, no, training. And I really appreciated it. Kasi doon nakikita mo, ay, ang hirap pala. Ang hirap mag-relax talaga.
Mm.
Or when you do body scanning, mahirap din siya. But anyhow, perhaps on the next talks that we have. For me, always remember, we have our own limitations, but we also have our strengths. So for me, being a mom is like super mom, but at the same time, we are also human.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Doctora Babes. Miss Sam, what would you like to share with us? How do you cope with your stress there?
Yeah. Well, one thing I really realized no is really not to forget to take care of ourselves.
Mm.
Yeah, because the best way to take care of our family is if we take care of ourselves first, 'di ba? So, the good thing is we were able to establish a routine as a family during the pandemic kasi that's the challenge nga na marami tayong roles to fulfill. So what helped really is time management and setting some sort of order in our day at
Mm.
home. And some of those I'm happy to share na are still applicable even now as we transition back to our normal lives, although their normal lives naman talaga are not 100% back to how it used to be. And
Mm.
I really, we are preparing ourselves that there are things na will not really go back to the way it used to be.
Mm.
So, there's a certain day pa rin na we establish na, okay, Saturday is our family movie night, bonding night. Okay, Monday to Friday, we all go to work, you go to school. And then at night, we establish a common prayer time as a family.
Mm.
Sunday, we go to mass together. So, there are, ano pa rin, na-establish pa rin namin a certain aspect of our lives to put it into order so that in between those fixed time that we do together as a family, we'll find time to do things on our own. Especially me as a mom, I'll be able to insert time to really take care of myself. Hindi ko pa man pinabayaan din during the pandemic, even if I don't go out, even if I don't need to put on makeup, I don't need to wear office clothes when I go to a meeting or something like that. But I make sure I still stick to my personal physical routines.
Mm-hmm.
And I make sure that when I attend an online meeting, I make sure to still, put out the best of myself. Yung may makeup pa rin yan, kahit very light lang. I take care of my hair,
Mm-hmm.
everything. Kasi it makes me feel good and it makes me feels adjusted to those kinds of routine given my limitations now of not going out. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, the nag-ease yung restriction, I also treat myself to occasional massage. Bumalik na rin yung ano ko, mga salon
Yeah.
routine like that. So I'm happy that my family is very supportive
Mm-hmm.
of my need to pamper myself from time to time. And I don't think that we moms should feel guilty about it when we tell them that mommy needs to rest for just give me an hour, just give
Mm-hmm.
me this time,
Yep.
and they understand. And I think the exposure that they were able to see how I work also, how my day would involve a lot of meetings, a lot of writing, a lot of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
They suddenly are more open to the times that I would really ask for a rest time and a me time.
Okay. Hey, thank you, Miss
Thank
Sam. How
you.
about you, Miss Marcen? How do you cope with all this stress?
Okay, I think every one of us believes that a routine is
Yeah.
good. So first, I follow a routine because it gives me structured and predictable outcome. So I make a list of things that I want to do or I need to do for the day, and then I finish the most important ones. If you cannot finish them in a day, it's okay. Some
Yep.
of them maybe you can do it the next day.
Okay.
But the most important thing that I learned to help me mag-stress out is to say no. I have learned to say no to my kids, my
Mm-hmm.
colleagues, my boss, my friends, my family. If I'm not capable of producing what you want me to do, and it's not a matter of life and death, I say no. Over time, I notice the impact of saying no.
Mm-hmm.
And good example is my kids. If I say no to them, they understand. I tend to be worried before that if I say no, they will be upset.
Yeah.
You want to be a good mom. One weekend they want to go out and we can just I learn to say no and explain to them, no, mommy will just be resting this weekend. I've been working the whole week, or no, we don't have to do this weekend. We can do something else, and kids will understand. Also, I learned that it's okay to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
Asking for help is really important. I tend to do things on my own,
Yeah.
but now every time that we will ask for help, I realize how easy it is. And yung outcome is always better because it's a teamwork. I agree with Samantha. I'm so also lucky and blessed that I have a family and I have kids who's easy to ask for help. And me first. We cannot help anyone until we know that we are in a good place. So I take care of myself. Same. If I need to go to a salon, if I need to pamper myself, I don't feel bad about it anymore.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Marcen. And I'd like to say we're almost running out of time. I'd like to thank you for sharing your experiences and advice with us this morning. Before we say goodbye, can I ask you for your parting message? Let's start with Dr. Babes.
For me, give a tap on your shoulder and tell yourself you did well this pandemic. And wear your crown like Miss Universe because you are the Miss Universe in your house. And always remember that give substance, no, to everything that you do. And it's okay not to be okay. And at times, if you think that you are exhausted, then feel free. No, you have the right to rest also. For me, congratulations to all the mommies out there and all the parents out there for doing a great job.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Babes. Miss Sam, what's your parting message for us?
Yes, for me, it's really all about appreciating the simple things in life. Um, and for me, the best hat or role, no matter how many hats we are wearing every day, it's really to be a loving mom. It's all about love. At the end of the day, we can be imperfect. We can be stressed at times. There could be a lot of challenges. But at the end of the day, it's how we love and show our love to our children and family that will really um, be remembered and treasured by our kids as they grow up and for the rest of their lifetime. So it's not about the quantity of time that we get to spend with them, but it's more of the quality and making most of the time, even those little precious moments that we spend with them to make it a perfect moment for them.
Thank you, Miss
Thank
Sam.
you.
Miss Marzen, what's your parting message?
I agree with Miss Sam and Doctora, but I think what would I want to say is you're already a super mom. We're all super moms in our own way. So stop comparing yourself to other moms. We are mom in our own way.
Correct.
Social media can ruin the way we think about how a mom should be.
True.
So you are a super mom by default, by nature, and you just follow your heart. That's it.
Okay. Oh, Miss Marcen, please invite our audience to visit your Miss Derm.
Yes, so Mr. We do brows, lash, lips, HIFU. We have branches in Las Piñas, in Makati, and Quezon City. You can just check our website, mrmph.com, or our Facebook and Instagram, even in TikTok.
Okay. Thank you so much, ladies, and we hope to see you very soon. Hopefully, we can do another session next time. Okay. Thank you so
Thank
much. Bye
you.
bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
po.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Yeah, let's go to Miss Derm.
Wait for you, Doctora.
I will. Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye-bye po. And now we go to the most important segment of all. It's giveaway time. Let's
Thank
call back our giveaway diva, Bim Mauricio.
Thank you, Miss Anne. Wow, I'm learning a lot today, and I'm not a mom yet. But maybe if I will just say one thing that I really like, it's that moms are super moms, superheroes by default. And so let's start drawing the winners for very special prizes. Are you ready, Sir Ed? Okay. So we will be drawing the winners. The first winner, of course, will receive an overnight stay at Eurotel. Okay, while waiting for the names.
Ayan na.
Okay, while waiting for the names. Okay, please don't forget hashtag BM Motherhood and our sponsors. Thank you for our sponsors: Savoy Hotel Manila, Eurotel, Miss Derm, Apple View Hotel. Okay, no names yet. Okay, and Crown Plaza Hotel. Thank you also to Hilton in Galleria. Okay, the first winner. It's an overnight stay for two at Eurotel, and the winner is
Oy!
Hides
Ay,
Dimawala.
sorry.
Next is an overnight stay for two at Apple View Hotel. This is in Davao. And this is for G. Kaliwag De Leon. Congratulations, Miss G. Another winner for 2,000 pesos worth of dining gift checks at Savoy Hotel Manila. Thank you for this, Miss Sam. Our winner for this dining gift check is Clarissa Gonzaga. Congratulations, Miss Gonzaga. Another unlimited dim sum. This is for lunch or dinner for two at Shintian B restaurant at the Crown Plaza Hotel. The winner for this lunch or dinner for two is Ted Supleo. Congratulations, Miss Ted. And this is also an exciting giveaway. This is from Miss Derm. They are giving away either a microblading package or a lash doll package or a brow laminate. Wow! This is a pamper sesh from Miss Derm. The winner is and Joyce Dikinia, congratulations. And we will also be giving away two winners. It's 2,000 pesos
Worth of
from
Jesus.
Winford.
Mm-mm.
Okay, let me see. 2,000 pesos worth of gift checks from Winford Manila Resort and Casino. The winner is, okay, we need two more winners. Okay, this
Oh
okay,
no,
okay. She
replay.
won already. Okay, we need another one, Sir Ed.
Kala ko
So
si
this is
Maricel
for
na.
two
Kala ko si
two
Maricel na.
thousand pesos worth of gift check from. Oh, okay. It's April Gapas Arca and another one. Congratulations, Miss Arca. Another one, 2,000 pesos worth of gift check from Winford. Congratulations, Miss Sharon, Marbeline, Felix. Okay, winners, to all our winners, congratulations again. Please send a personal message to Carlo Modesto Abalos, or you can actually text him at 0916-297-6706 so that he can arrange for the delivery of your giveaways. Thank you again to our sponsors, Miss Derm, Beauty Lounge, Savoy Hotel Manila, Holiday Inn Galleria, Crown Plaza Hotel, Eurotel, Apple View Hotel, Winford Hotel and Casino.
Okay, thank you, Bim. If you find our episode today very helpful, kindly share it with your families and friends. It means so much to all of us here at Business Mirror so that we can continue to do this program and bring you more value to your work, your business, your life, and family. Again, please hit like, subscribe, and follow the Business Mirror Facebook page and YouTube channels. The links are also in the description below. This has been Business Mirror's Coffee Club. I am Anne Ruth de la Cruz. Until next time, have a pleasant Wednesday, everyone.